that is like the first few looks. There's some other pictures too, but just this one. I'm digging it. People are dogging it because the suit is baggy. It's not skin tight like the Cavill one.
Mm-hmm.
In my argument is Cavill is built like a freaking like he is a unit. You know what I mean? Like you can put something skin tight on Cavill and you don't have to worry about it like being weird looking. Corn Sweat, I'm sure he looks fit in the pictures. He's not Henry Cavill, so like I'm cool with not getting something skin tight.
Same. And I think they're going something about this suit is kind of giving me like George Reeve, not Christopher Reeve, for the uninitiated, but George Reeves, like old school Superman vibes, like in terms of the build, in terms of the suit. There's elements of it that kind of remind me. It's almost like an amalgamation of so much lightning, by the way, just again. An amalgamation of the George Reeves suit from like way back in the black and white days of Superman, and little elements of the New 52 in there. Obviously, the S logo very much reminds me of like the Kingdom Come logo, which is the only thing I probably would have done differently about this suit at this point. But yeah, I love how. Other than that, I like how Gunn is like kind of like going all in. We got the red trunks, which I think is awesome because I think the Cavill suit kind of, I don't know, like sometimes like the Superman suit without the trunks looks a little weird.
Yeah.
So I like that he's bringing that back. The yellow belt. The raised collar is kind of growing on me more at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like it. I like how vibrant it is.
Yeah.
I like how the colors really. Yeah, the blue is probably my favorite thing about it. I like how the colors really pop.
Yeah. It reminds me of like old school kind of comic book. Like, this is blue, this is yellow, this is red. These are like very vibrant, right from the comic book kind of thing. Like, it's not dark, it's not gritty. It's like
yeah, which is great. Superman I don't think should be dark and gritty. I think that's kind of why the Snyder movies didn't really resonate with me or do anything with me. I never really connected with Superman as a character. With in his take, much as Cavill looks the part. So I like that the even like the rest of the set pictures, it looks like really like bright. It kind of gives you like an optimistic vibe.
Yeah.
Some of the pictures were kind of giving me animated series vibes, which, and heck, we got the yellow S on the back of the cape.
Yeah.
And and of course, Mr. Terrific, who's just ripped straight out of the comics, makes me excited to see, how the other characters like Hawk Girl and the Guy Gardner Green Lantern, the engineer. Can't wait to see what Metamorph looks like. Can't wait to see Lex. I think Gunn is really going to blow us out of the water. The set pictures just reinforce my opinion on that. They just had me really excited.
Yeah. Also, somebody pointed out in one of the groups I'm in, this suit is technically different than the suit we got with like the big giant purple ball in the background. It's a slightly different suit. So I wonder if he gets a different suit in the movies at some point. So I'll be curious because the one in there, it's very similar, but it has some differences, in the collar, and I think somebody said like in the like these inlays kind of grooves that he's got going, which I like those a lot too. And I don't know if they're like for the actual suit or if they're going to be used for like CGI purposes or something like that. But both could be both. I don't think this is the final look though. I think they're gonna touch it up with CGI. I really do.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think it'll look that. I don't think it'll look that. I guess kind of baggy and kind of full of creases. I think that's just kind of for the shooting. You know, that's something they'll touch up later.
Yeah. So
you know,
even if
but I'm liking
it's not the end all be all. Like, oh, there's a crease in his side from him turning. Like,
yeah. If David Cornsweet really sells me with this performance, which I'm pretty confident he will. I'm willing to overlook
Yeah.
that. Mm-hmm.
So, but I did what you said. The animated, my was it Adventures with Superman? I think they're on Cartoon Network.
My Adventures with Superman.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me a little bit of that. Although he has a very open, low cut kind of one, but I think he still has that same style of S, slightly different, but pretty much that style.
I didn't. I hardly even thought about that. You're right.
Yeah. He's very Kingdom Come. I think his has a little bit more corners to it, but it's still that kind of style. It's not just the old school S. So
yeah.
So I don't mind it. Like I said, if this is like early on Superman and maybe that's more of a Kryptonian symbol, and then he changes it to an S, I'll be cool with that. But I don't know. I mean, we'll see what we get. But something with the belt, and the trunks just gives me that old school vibe that I was missing from Superman a lot.
So. Yeah, and like I've said in the past, James Gunn, where he says kind of where he's kind of going with this movie, and the core theme is going to be like kindness in a world that doesn't quite believe in kindness anymore. I think that's what we need out of Superman.
Yeah.
So that was a big sell for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm
and I just like the cast. I really like the casting. It's
a huge cast.
Huge cast, right? And I like this guy. I've seen like some of his previous stuff that he's been in, so I think he'll make a very good Clark Kent. Like nothing against Cavill, he just wasn't really given too much to work with. I think he was a lot more passionate about the role than the people he was working. That more than the filmmakers, and he just never really got a chance to do as well as he probably could have.
Like a great fit, loves the role, like and like fits the role, appreciates like the character he's doing, and then everything around him just doesn't live up to his expectation or live up to the expectation he kind of is setting for the fans. The Witcher. So yeah.
Wonder if the same thing's going to happen with Warhammer.
I hope not. I think he's going to have more control of that. So
I hope so.
Yeah. But let's see what you guys in the chat is saying about it. Jorge said, I like the suit. Okay.
I like it. Yeah.
Brandon Davis said, I'm still not liking the suit, but I like where the cap hangs or the cape hangs from. He looks Temu version. Oh man. That's for the Temu version. Xavier said, I'm not a fan of the suit. Okay. The next one. I'm hoping that seeing it in context of the film will change my mind. Yeah. I think it's going to get touched up a little bit, with some CGI, but like this one on the left here, that's what I think it's going to be kind of mostly, we're not going to see a lot of the creases and stuff like that. But
I think that's something that's going to be fixed. I'm not worried about
that. Yeah. And also, this is shoot on somebody's like freaking iPhone. You know, this is not through the tens of $1,000 camera. You know, it's not going through CGI, and it's not going through post production and lighting and corrections and all that stuff. Like, this is legit shot from something like cell phone. You know, so you gotta take that for what it's worth.
Yep.
Brandon Davis said, I didn't even notice Henry didn't have the red trunks. Never, not 1 second did that bother me. I noticed it.
Yeah, it looked kind of weird without him.
Yeah, it threw me off for a little bit. It ultimately, I think, worked for that version of Superman. But it did seem a little weird because, like, he still had these, like, it wasn't a belt, but he had like these hip V things that just like you to his crotch. It was so, like, yeah,
and I'm not sure why he even had
that. I don't know. Oh, we got Kyle. What's up, Kyle?
Kyle.
I know he's got some, obviously, name alone, he's got some opinions. We'll see. Said, hopefully they darken the suit. I don't want a Marvel-esque DC. No, I like it bright and colorful. You want dark, give that to Superman. You know, even maybe you can even give it to Wonder Woman. Superman should be bright. I never liked the dark.
Like, I never liked like the muted. You know, we already got that in the Snyderverse.
Yeah.
You know, like kind of like that muted look. I like this. It's a good little contrast. It sets it apart from the others. Like I said, even the collar is kind of growing on me a little bit.
I never minded. I like that New 52 look. You know, if they wanted to go full on like animated, like my Adventures with Superman, I would be cool with that too. But I like the collar. You know, it also gives it space to do other stuff in the future. You know what I mean? He can have different iterations of the suit, which I think might be something we see.
Exactly.
At least I hopeful though. Purple blaze on Lois is fire. Yeah, I was looking for that. She looked like right from the comic book. Like, right from the book.
The purple blouse, black pants, the black hair, everything. I'm excited to see Rachel Brosnahan in that role. I think like Miss Maisel was basically her unofficial audition for Lois.
You're not wrong. That is a good one. Hopefully I'm not too laggy. Let me know if I get too laggy.
No problem.
Said, I don't know who Mr. Terrific is, but I trust the gun. Mr. Terrific is pretty cool. You know, he's this dude here. He's one of very, very few, black superheroes. And he's super smart. He's super smart, like super, super smart. He has these like he was in the Arrow, the show The Arrow on CW. He popped up there.
Yeah,
he has like these not magic, like tech balls that like do like crazy stuff, and he's just like a kind of a really kind of cool, more grounded hero, But the only thing that's really stupid is like he has a legit T on his face. You can see a little bit
on his face.
You know, it's like a mask. And it's a T. So he literally has a T for like terrific on his face, which I always thought was silly. But but that's how he looked in the comic. The jacket, the hairdo.
I think I'm so happy Gunn went all in with a comic look. It could have been really easy not to, but heck, you're doing a comic universe. Why not lean into it? The jacket, I'm loving that look. The jacket, the big T, like I said, the hairdo too. And I really like the actor playing him, Edie Gathievi. He's a really good actor.